Hello people, Elle McRae here, and welcome back to this series of videos this week on keeping on going. So we've covered topics of planning, fear, courage, competition, and now I want to talk about perfectionism. Now, perfectionism is such a huge subject and it carries itself across pretty much everything, so I'll probably be doing a section of perfectionism on each of the themes every week, because it does carry itself through and it sneaks in very well into every aspect of our lives, especially as women in business. And today I want to talk about it in context of keeping on going, of course. And when we talk about perfectionism, it's a way of masking our fear, and when it comes in the form of stopping us from taking action, where we're sort of stuck in a place thinking, oh, it's just not right, it doesn't look right, I don't think it'll resonate, I have to just tweak this, I have to do that a little bit more. When it stops us from taking action, it's masking either a fear of failure or a fear of success. Now, a fear of failure is a very reasonable fear, because of course you're putting your heart and soul out there, everything that you've been working towards and creating, you're now sharing that with the world, and to have rejection come back can be quite daunting and quite scary. I want to go back to the fear and the taking action, the courage to take action that we spoke about earlier in the week, because unless you take that first step, yes, it is scary, yes, it is daunting, yes, there is a possibility of rejection because we're in business. So there's two things you need to do there. One is just take action anyway, because without it, you're never going to learn. You're never going to know either way. And also, you're never going to learn and understand what your market wants or needs, or what you are really good at doing and putting out there, and tweaking that and perfecting it without action. So you just have to take that first step. Now, for me, I had a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B. I had both the fear of failure and the fear of success. And for me, with the fear of failure, and it's not until you actually go in and analyze what's going on and why you're not taking action, or actually go in and think about it, and I've got a process for this as well, that you actually realize what's going on. And it's not until you break it down that you can breathe and obviously rebalance yourself and then get going. So for me it was a fear of failure, because every other business I've had has been very much a business. It's been a business transaction. So it was very black and white. I was very easily putting marketing and everything out there and doing very well from it, because I didn't have any emotions attached to it. Whereas this business for me has been very emotional. It's me wearing my heart on my sleeve and putting everything in here out for the world to see, and it's a very personal rejection if people don't take that on board. And what helped me with that was the fact that I have to just see it. I have to go back to having a product. I know it's a service, but thinking about it just like a product. You're just selling something. You're just in sales, you've got a job, and you have to get this out there and you have to make it work. And as soon as my mind shifted into that practical format, it really helped me with that fear of failure, because I was like, right, okay, well, if I think about it like having a job, I'm employed to do this and I have to make it work, and it is just a product that I have to get out there and for people to love, then it sort of changed everything for me. And now I'm sort of moving forward at a faster rate than I ever have before. And then the fear of success. So when we talk about the fear of success, you have to, it sounds funny, right? Because all we ever want is success. All we ever want is that, whatever that goal is that you've put out there for yourself, to reap the rewards and to breathe at the end of the day and think, wow, I did that, and that's amazing. But what does success bring with it? And that's what a lot of us women in business, and especially mums in business, get a little bit terrified of, and often it's subconscious, so we don't even realize it's happening. But there's a few elements to this as well. It comes back to your planning and your marketing plan, because if you haven't quantified the results and what's going to happen, and then how to, ask yourself the format questions, how am I going to do it? Sorry, why is this important to me? How am I going to do it? Start again. Why is this important to me? What am I doing, and what am I doing it for? How am I going to do it? And what if? That's the big question. What if success happens? What if failure happens? And success has so many elements to it. So what if I get what I wanted? Well, that's great. What if I get more? How am I going to cope with all of that? Am I going to lose more freedom, and I'm going to lose my time? For me, it was definitely the fear of success was that my highest value is freedom. So this is why I have my business. I want to help others. I want to create a better life for my family so that we have the freedom to choose what we want to do. And I want to give others the freedom to do the same in their business and their lives. So freedom is way up there for me. And for me, I thought, whoa, what if I get 1,000 people through my funnel, and everybody wants to come on board, and I can't cope. I can't do all the, the free calls that I'm offering, and I'm just going to be inundated. I'm going to lose time with my family. I'm going to lose time with my kids. So that was a real eye-opener for me, and I think that happens for a lot of us. But there's different reasons for fear of success. One of the things that definitely helped me was being able to actually try it on. So, when you look at other people's lives, and you look at other people's Instagram accounts, or you look at their business, and you have this want for their life or their business, and they seem so happy and perfect. But actually, and we spoke about this a little bit yesterday, so it ties into the scratch and sniff test. When you scratch below the surface, is it all bullshit? And even if it's not, is it actually the life? So when you take away all the bells and whistles that you see up front, what life are they actually living? What do they have to do every day to be that person? What are they sacrificing? What are their lives with their families like? All of these things that are important to you, you kind of need to match their values to yours. So when you think about what your goals and aspirations are, think about who you've modeled off. Why do you want these things? And is it actually what you want? Or is it just something that you've seen and decided, I think that's a bright, shiny object and that's what I want in my life? So when it comes to your goals and your dreams, and looking for role models and comparing them to what you want in your life for success, you really have to try it on. So try on their lives, try on what that would actually feel like once you achieved it, and see how it fits. See how it fits in with your family, see how it fits in with your values, see how it fits in with your future. And if it doesn't quite work, then maybe you need to change a few things. And I'm betting that if you don't know the answer to these questions, and you're feeling a bit vulnerable and fearful of what might happen, is that you need to go back to the planning stage. You need to plan, and decide what it is that you actually want. Plan out for it. Ask that what if question. What if I get too much? What if I get too little? What am I going to do about it? And it all comes back to your 10 by 10 marketing plan, and your planning stage, and then going into the fear and finding out what it is there, stepping into courage, looking at your competition and not worrying about them, but focusing on what you actually want, and then dealing with your perfectionism that's stopping you from putting things out there, because it's just another way of you not taking action. So I really hope this series has helped you. I think we've covered enough about keeping on going this week, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your comments. If you think you need help with rebalancing your life and scaling your business a little bit more, working less in your business while still making more money and spending more time with your family, then please just pop a comment below. We can have a little, we can start a conversation or a chat, or I can send you some resources, whatever it is. But I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you have a wonderful Friday. It's finally Friday. I've been thinking it's Thursday and Friday for the last week. It's just been a really long week. So Hopefully you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend ahead. We are going to the Lego store tomorrow at Bondi Junction in Westfields. We're taking our kids, especially my little boy Kai, who is Lego obsessed, and I'm very excited. So I'd love to hear what you guys are up to for your weekend. What do you do for your downtime, and what are your goals and dreams? I'll see you next week. Bye.